All right. Hey, what's going on, everybody? Daniel Betancourt here, and I am helping Todd out. He is off at an awesome volleyball tournament, and I'm here with the man, the myth, the legend, Jeff Osborn with eXp Realty. You've heard a lot about his open house strategies and how to win with open houses, and it was a couple of weeks ago. He and Todd had this amazing show all about open houses and winning strategies, and today, due to popular demand, we're back for part two of these open house strategies. So he left a lot of good nuggets for today. And Jeff, welcome to the show. Pleasure to see you and chat with you again. Last time I saw you was at the Michael Mayer event, and that was an awesome event. And say hello to everybody for us.
Good morning. Good morning. I want to thank Todd for having me back. A lot of people know, but a lot of people don't know. Todd is my mentor. I met him, I want to say 3 years ago. I've been with eXp almost a year, maybe a little over 3.5 years ago, 4 years ago, right when I got my license. I had this idea I learned from Tom Ferry, big Tom Ferry fan. And it said, go take people out to lunch that are doing better than you. And I saw Todd and I was like, oh, he's doing so well. Little did I know, I'm joking. He really does well. But I took him and other people out to lunch, but he was one of the people that I took out to lunch. And the funny part about it is the day that I took him out to lunch, I was doing intermediate fasting. So it was so difficult to sit there, like not eat because it was during that time. But ever since then, me and him became great friends. And over the course of our friendship, he introduced me to eXp. He's became a good mentor, an amazing mentor. And I work out of his office. So going to this open house thing, he helped me in becoming a huge success because you only have so many listings to do an open house. And that was one of the big questions last week. Where do you go find listings? Where do you go find listings? Right. And we can talk a little bit about that. But I just want to give a big shout out to Todd. He's with his daughter right now at a volleyball tournament, doing a great dad. And I want to give a shout out to all the dads out there. Happy Father's Day.
Absolutely.
Have a great time, spend as much time with your kids, or don't go play golf. It's up to you. It's your day. Maybe you need a break. We can all deserve that.
I've got this other sign here, right? It says, no success in the world can compensate for failure in the home.
Oh, right? Send me that picture. I want that.
So
that's awesome.
That's it's really important. All the dads out there, spend time with your kids. Call your own dad. I was thinking about that this morning. I've got to call my dad and say something meaningful to him.
I didn't think of that. Yeah, that's so true. We're dads now, and we don't think about the dad that we have. Yeah, we need to give them some love as well.
That's right. Awesome. So you're the open house master here locally, and you've done an open house for me. Also, you reached out to me. And that's part of a winning strategy. You reach out to people who have listings and host open houses. So how long have you been doing that, reaching out to listing agents?
Okay, I've been doing open houses since the very beginning. I needed to find something that was free, that I didn't have to spend money on. You do have to spend money on your signs, your printer, your marketing, your paper, your social media, your door hangers. So there is a little bit of money, but what I mean is I don't have to spend $500 a lead or something like that. Right. So I've been doing them since the very beginning. My natural skill set is to talk to people face to face. That's what I did at my prior job. I had 2 jobs, real estate and my old job, until I became big enough to do full-time real estate. Mm-hmm. And I was comfortable face to face. So it was an easy transition. So what I want to say on that is your natural skill set. You need to focus on your natural skill set. And if it is not talking face to face with people, you got to focus on that. You're not going to succeed in real estate. The teacher that I had, Mr. 𝒯𝐻𝐸, said, if you cannot talk to people, do not stay in my class. Right. Don't stay in my class if you cannot talk to people and you're uncomfortable. But if you're willing to learn and overcome that, stay, because you will be a success. And that's what I did. So I've been doing open houses ever since the very beginning. And that's how I've been able to succeed with these leads. These leads not all of them are 30-day buys, 30-day sells. These are a year. These are 2 years. They're long-term, they're short-term. The goal is to do as many as possible to collect the relationships, to build the relationships.
We're going to have to share this video with Ron Clymer, because Ron Clymer was also my real estate teacher back in 2003, end of 2003. And it'd be interesting to see how many of his students became a success. So shout out to—
He's huge, Ron, man. He started a school up somewhere and he had to like change the rules for them to even let him have the school. But I never slept in his class. It was 6 days and I was awake the whole time, and that's a challenge.
Yep.
That's a challenge.
Yeah. So for our viewers who didn't see part 1 of your open house strategies, can you give us a recap of what they missed out on, and if you can elaborate?
Time me. I don't want to take minute and a half at the most. Time me. Okay. So guys, you're gonna get a slide deck. You're gonna get a slide deck with everything I'm gonna show you here. There's also a script that I'm gonna make sure that gets downloaded. It might already be downloaded. I think it is. I want you to read that script. I'm not asking you to do anything that you don't know already how to do. I'm not asking you to do anything that you haven't been asked before. I'm just reminding you to do these things. I don't want you to come up with words to say. I'm gonna give you the words to say, read the script. This is what you say when someone walks in the door, and then put it in your own words. I went over sign placements, how many signs I put out, what my signs look like. I went over, this is a big deal, guys. It took me 1.5 years to get smart enough to buy my own table and present everything on my own table. And when I reach out to Daniel, and I did that a year ago, and I said, let me hold an open house for you. I think he had a couple offers, but I think one of the people at the open house had an offer. They put in an offer. They weren't with me, but I helped them push to get the maximum value. Yes, they did. I don't know if those people bought it, but the very last people, they put in an offer. And now we have a relationship with this. And I can go into personally, not now, get with me, and I can tell you how I find listings to do open houses. We have to do them with the same firm, but I look at the Zillow views. I look at how many saves. Right now they go so fast, so that's kind of out of the question. I'm going to say that again. Right now they go so fast, so you need to get with an agent that you know has a listing coming up, and you need to say, look, let's maximize this for you. Let's maximize this. I will give you a 10% referral on every deal I get inside 6 months. And I do that, Daniel. That's what I do with Daniel. None of those people actually got bought yet, but when they do, Daniel's going to get paid. One of them actually just followed back up with me. Finally, he had but long story short, what I'm trying to say is we're going to talk about follow-up today. And that's what I really want you to focus the most on, because all this stuff that you do ahead of time isn't going to mean anything. Now, this is my AM card. We're going to talk about this. This is what I send out afterwards. Guys, I want you to see my sign-in sheets. We're going to talk about this on the back. This is what I write down, and this is my follow-up system. But the sign-in sheet is in the attachments. It's on the slide deck, and it says Amazon gift card. Sign in to win an Amazon gift card. We're going to talk about that.
Right.
And then this is my flyer. I used to print out. Now Todd is a lot better than me because he has great people that work for him that are very skilled. And I have a marketing person, my secret weapon. Some of y'all know her, some of y'all don't. And so when I give a flyer, I want to talk about the house that I'm doing, but I also want to talk about myself. And I'm just kind of little late to the curve. Nobody know that. I shouldn't be saying that. But now I'm really branding myself on my flyer. So when they take the flyer, and if you look at the picture, there is a thing that holds the flyers. When they take it, I want them to see me, and I want them to see the house, but I really want them to see me, because we don't know if they're there. We don't know if they came from Zillow or they came from the signs. If they came from the signs, they don't even know what house they're looking at. They don't even know what price range it is.
Right.
And we can talk a little bit about that. And that's when you want to ask questions. So you go back to the script that I attached and you follow those questions. Now, when I do my listings, it's a little bit harder now, but I try to plan it. I put 30 to 40 door hangers, and I write the address, and I do an open house. This is how I get listings, and this is how I get buyers, and this is how I get it out. I plan this. So I get the property, I post it Thursday, Friday, knowing that I'm going to do an open house on Sunday, and then it's going to be off the market Monday because it's the demand is so low. So I'm planning, I have to get one buyer minimum, one listing, hopefully per listing. If you're not thinking like that, you need to start thinking like that. You need to plan to get business from your business, or you will go out of business, especially right now.
Right. I was going to ask you before we get started on today's topic, which is the follow-up. How do you judge whether the open house was a success? Do you judge it by the number of visitors? Do you judge it if you closed a buyer, if you sold the house that you're hosting the open house? How do you judge, was this open house a success?
I will tell you how I judge. I will tell you how I judge it. Before I start that open house, the morning of the open house, I train a lot. I work out a lot. I run on the weekends. So even the Saturday and Sunday, I run in the morning. So I'm mentally preparing myself. It is going to be a successful open house. I will win at that house. I will find buyers at that house. I will find sellers at that house. I will stay positive, and I will give 100% to help every single person through that door. Now, not every person wants to talk to me as much as others, and that's okay, because I want to focus on the people that are going to talk to me. And to answer your question, I put my mindset in that it's going to be a successful open house. And that's how I get 5, 10, 15 sign-in sheets. The amount of this is what it's all about. This is what it's all. First, it's about helping the agent if it's not your listing. It's about selling that house, advertising it, promoting it, talking about how good the agent is. You're not the listing agent, you work with them. So you can tell me whether you like it or not. Do you want to put an offer in? If you're interested, put an offer in. You want to help that listing agent. That's why you're there. But that listing agent is allowing you to use their listing to get business, and you need to be appreciative. And I'm very appreciative, and I never step on anybody's toes, and I never take business that's not mine. This is how you judge from a successful open house. You need to get as many sign-in sheets. And this is how I started the last show off. If there was a time to do open houses, it's right now. And the reason why I say that is, if there was a time to do them, it's right now. The amount of people, and I'm not telling you anything you don't already know. The amount of people that need to buy a house is in high demand.
All-time
high. The amount of houses that are for sale are in the all-time low.
Right.
So we have a recipe forcing people to go out on every day off and look for a house,
right,
with or without an agent.
Mm-hmm.
When I talk to someone at an open house, I say, I'm doing this for you. I want to give you the opportunity to look on your schedule without calling Zillow, without calling an agent. A lot of people don't have an agent. Well, now it's a little different, but at the beginning, they didn't have an agent, and that's why they're at the open house. They're just testing the water. They don't want to bother someone just to go check out the style, just to go check out this price, just to go check out this area. They want to do research. I like people that want to do research. Mm-hmm. I like people that want to invest time in their decision, because that's a good investment.
Yeah, a lot of these open house visitors, I'm sure you've noticed, like I've noticed, they're considering selling, but they haven't pulled the trigger yet. They're kind of just exploring. They don't want to engage a realtor yet because they're not sure that they want to sell. So I'm seeing a lot of the visitors lately are those kinds of visitors where they've got it all planned out, but they're afraid to pull the trigger because of everything they're hearing.
And that is, I'm glad you said that. What do you normally see with visitors like that? I'm not going to stump you. Brett Grove taught me this a couple years ago. When someone comes in, right, that when they do want to sell a house, how do they act? Or do they normally sign in, or are they kind of more standoffish and they don't want any help?
I think it's a mixed bag. It's just like personality types. Some
say it. A lot of people, this is a trick, not a trick, but this is it. Not a trick, but this is
strategy.
This is what I want people to think. If someone doesn't want to fill this sign out, I want you to ask them, do you rent or do you need to sell a house? Mm-hmm. If someone doesn't want to fill this out and they're being more standoff, they're exactly like the person Daniel's talking about. They're not ready to give out any information because they're wanting to sell. It's different than when you want to buy. When you want to buy, you want help. But mm-hmm. when you want to sell, you don't want help mm-hmm. until you're ready. Mm-hmm. So if they're having a hard time and they don't want to fill this out, I want you to ask that question. That's not a problem. You don't have to fill it out. Are you renting or do you have to sell a house? And 9 times out of 10, they're going to say, I have to sell a house. And that's why they don't want to fill this out, because then they know, once you know, that they've either been burned. And that's the second question. Have you had an issue, or has another agent called an issue? I make this mistake because just some days I'm not on it, and then I make a mistake, and then I don't do it again. When someone doesn't want to do something, or when they say something that you don't understand or don't agree with, it's because they've been hurt. And just because you don't understand it or don't agree with it, don't get upset and try to push your point, because you're not there for them. I mean, you're not there for you. You're not there for you. You're there for them. And I did this, and I missed a big client. And my wife was there, my secret weapon. And she's like, look, what are you doing? What are you doing? And I wasn't in the best mood that day. I was tired. I was hungry. I did all my affirmations. It wasn't working. And I'll tell you what, I didn't miss the next one. And the person came in, and don't let me go too far on this, 10 seconds, 20 seconds. Yeah. The person came in, Angie, David, something, amazing people, great people. What price point do you want? I don't know. We're open. That doesn't make sense. Fine. When do you want to move? I don't know. We're open. Okay. That doesn't make sense. Fine. Not a problem. So how did you hear about this house? We looked at it on Zillow. Awesome. They love the house. Okay. So what's your plan? We're just, we want something bigger. We just bought something in DeLand. It's around 300,000, and now they're looking at a $600,000 or $700,000 home. That's amazing. Who's helping you? No one's helping us. What do you mean? No one's helping us. Oh, okay. What do you mean? No one's helping us. Okay. Mm-hmm. Are you still interviewing? Nope, we're not interviewing. Oh, okay. Do you know someone? No one's helping. Okay, I got it. And I messed up, and this is where I messed up. She said, we go directly with the listing agent. And I've only had this happen 3 times. This does not happen. We go directly with the listing agent. I don't want to call anybody else. I'm going to call the listing agent. And my mind is like, that's fine. But that's not what I did. That's not what my mind said. Why would you do that? They don't have your best interest. They're not dedicated to you. That listing agent works for the seller. How are you're getting the best deal? Not everybody discounts the commission.
Right.
That was my mistake.
Right.
And I lost them.
Right.
And they did give me their information, but they never responded. Don't do that. What you should have done, and what I should have done, is you want to be nice, and you want to be funny. And I should have said, you know what? Only if I had enough listings in this country where I could have a good chance of winning your business, I would love that. But until then, I would love to help you reach that. And this is where I made the mistake too late. Finally, my brain said, she's saying that because she's been hurt. And then guess what? I asked her, I said, but I already blew everything up. I couldn't make it any worse. I said, question, did something happen with you with an agent? Yes, they did. We had this buyer agent, and she wouldn't get the job done, and I had to do all the work for her, and I had to I had to call the listing agent to do the showings. So why do I need to do that again? That's what I should have focused on. So when someone says that, it's because they've been hurt. So hopefully that makes sense. Don't make my mistake.
Yeah, no, that's an important anecdote. We're going to take away, lots of information from that. Thank you for sharing that story. Today's topic, we want to cover follow-up. And would you say follow-up is the most important thing? If you do not call these people on Monday, your chances of failure are 80 to 90%. You might get lucky someone touched base with you. I put out so much work. I don't want to work every weekend. I don't want to work every Sunday. And if there's a day to do it, Sunday's the day. Everybody asks me what day and time, 1 to 4. I get there at 12, 12:30. On Sunday, 1 to 4, I get there at 12, 12:30, and I stay until 4, 4:35. Have your laptop, have your hotspot, have houses you want to show in the area. Be ready to show homes after the open house to the people in the open house. I'll leave that there. But if you do not call these people on Monday and wish them a congratulations on the Amazon winners and put them in your database, if you do not, this is what it's about. It's about getting as many of these filled out as possible. And what are these? Relationships. I don't care when they're going to want to buy. I don't care when they're going to want to sell. I'm not focusing on that. I'm asking those questions, but I'm focusing on building a relationship. I'm focusing on having them interview me for the job. This is what I want. And if you don't finish the part, if you don't put this in your database, if you don't contact them, then they're going to forget about you and move on. So you could have done the best job. You could have done the best conversation, the best rapport. They love you, but they're not going to reach out to you. Now it's work. Now it's family. Now it's back to normal. Right.
So for you, the agent, now it's work. Right. Now it's, you worked yesterday. Now it's work again. So this is your work. Your work is to help them. So you need to show them that. So
that's probably one way that so many agents get it wrong. They think, We had this awesome connection at the open house. I'm so surprised they never called me back. You know, it's so crazy that they didn't call me back. And, you know, they told me their whole life story, and I met their kids, and I gave their kids extra cookies and all this stuff. And so that's awesome. You know, follow up. You got to do that follow up. Fortunes are in the follow up. Todd says it. That's always been, you know, a sales mantra.
Your success, your livelihood, your bills, your family relies on you following up. This is, I am the master. I am the master. I will call and text and video for months and months and months. And guess what? They either say no, or they say, hey, you know what, Jeff? You know what, Jeff? We've had all these issues. We have had all these issues. We've had all these issues, but now we don't. Can you go show us this house tomorrow?
Right.
And if I wouldn't have done that, if I wouldn't have stayed. So what I'm trying to get at, guys, my other job, I'm going to back up. Okay. There's a lot of jobs out there, right? Sales, right? I want to talk about the time frame you have to close a deal, right? We are privileged. We are privileged that we have as much time in our arsenal to close the deal. Timeshare, you have an hour. Timeshare, you have 4 hours. Other jobs, security systems, you have one appointment to get in there and sell as much material. Guys, we are in an amazing industry where we get to shine on how well we think of them. We don't have to close them on the open house. We don't have to close them at the listing appointment. We try. We don't have to close them on the buyer consultation. We try. We can outshine and show them our caring and how our skill set through time and time by follow up. And that's the biggest, if anybody can take anything away today, that if you don't do this on any part of your business, you're not going to succeed. And there's never enough, and there's never too many ways. You know, there's a lot of different ways to do it.
People definitely don't want to be closed. So when, you know, you have agents that are trying to seal deals in one conversation because they just feel like they've got all the objection handlers, that's, you know, there's a percentage of people that it'll work on, but you're driving away a good amount of people, I would say. So what practices do you put in place for this follow-up? So you're a bulldog for following up. What do you use technology? Is it all memorized?
No, I forget everything. I remember, we're supposed to remember 7% of what we talk about. I might get 3. Now I do have a photographic memory, and I can remember everything if I've written down. So what I'm going to do, I want to answer 2 or 3 questions at the same time, Daniel.
Yeah.
Okay. So I want to talk about what I do on Monday. I want to talk about the order that I do it. The Amazon gift cards and the database, the CRM, the emails. And I want to talk about the Amazon gift card, and I want to talk about the text message and the phone call. Okay. I'm going to try to, I want to get this in before we have to be done. Okay. So Monday comes, I get to work. It's Monday morning. Okay. I don't care what time. I do my best follow-up in the afternoon, just because I wear too many hats in my organization. We're trying to help. Daniel's trying to help me with that. But I do my best follow-up in the afternoon. That's when most people answer their phone. So boom, here we go. I got 6 of these. I got 6 bad boys, right? 3 of these, 2 of these want to sell and buy. 2 of these have a realtor. 1 of these is a neighbor. You know, they're just poking around. And then the other one is a first-time home buyer. And then the other one came with their mom, and they're trying to move their mom out of town. So we have different. What I'm trying to say is everybody's different. Everybody's different. So when I talk, the more writing I have on the back, it says location, price, motivation, working with an agent. On the front of this, it says, are you working with an agent? I put that question on there. That's the most important question. And then right underneath that, can I contact you through email and text? They say, yes, I'm working with an agent, and yes, you can contact me. They want you to contact them. I try to talk to everybody, but if you have 10 or if you have 3 or 4 people at the open house, you're not going to be able to. So you need to briefly go through that script I showed you. What I'm trying to say is I know a little bit about them. I'm trying to get homework. Some people, I don't know enough because I wasn't able to talk to them, but a lot of them, I know they're looking for a 4-bedroom, 3-bath yard. They want a nice bathroom. Their lease ends in November of this year, so they're on a time frame, and they haven't been pre-qualified yet. So that's who I want to talk about. So let's say her name is Jen. Hey, Jen, this is Jeff. Okay, the first thing I'm going to do is I want to make sure the phone number, address, an email is correct. So I'm going to call that person or text them, and I'm going to say, guess what? This is Jeff Osborne, Osborne team, 𝒂𝐻𝐸 Realty. We met yesterday at my open house. Now she's going to win the Amazon gift card. All right. Everybody that's that shows that they're interested, that shows that they want me to help them, they're a candidate to win the Amazon gift card. It doesn't mean all of them are going to respond. So it's not like you're going to spend all this money, and there's a way around that. We'll go over that another time. So I'm going to call her or text her, and I'm going to congratulate her. And I want to make her day. I want to make her happy. You won $20. I want to confirm that I have the right email and address. Once they confirm that with me, not everybody answers the phone. We know that. So I do a lot of text messaging. They respond. Oh my God. Oh, thank you. That's correct. They just won the Amazon gift card. At the same time, because that might take some lag time, but I'm gonna, as I'm checking their address, I'm checking to see if they own the property. So I have the correct spelling of their name. I'm checking to see if they own the property to see if they're a buyer or seller, because maybe they didn't tell me that. I'm checking to see if they own the property. Please write that down. I'm looking at the records. I'm going to put that in. I have follow-up boss. I'm going to put that in my database. I'm going to put the phone number. I'm going to put the email. I'm going to put the conversation. I'm going to put these notes that I have in here. And then it says, thank you card, email, phone authorization. If there's a Amazon gift card. And remember, I had some homework. I'm supposed to set them on a search to find certain properties. So I'm setting my MLS search up to find certain properties for them. Hey, I just set up the search. It's sending you the link to look at properties. I know you're moving out in November, so we have some time or we don't have time. And let me know if you got the email. Also, I'm group texting you with my lender, because remember, I asked if that was okay. And you want to see what you can get qualified for. Her name is Jen. She's going to introduce herself, and she's going to send you that information to fill out. So every one of these, I'm doing this. So what do you hear me saying? I'm putting them in my database.
Right.
I'm talking to them. I'm trying to talk to them. Now, what I want to talk about are the ones that don't talk back.
Yeah.
I want to talk about those, right?
So these are the people that are non-responsive, that they give you a correct phone number, but they don't answer, or they don't respond to your text messages?
For months. For a month. That's okay. They didn't win the Amazon gift card yet. They don't win until they respond. Not everybody wins either. Not everybody wins, because some people have agents.
Are you telling them that they've won and they only get it if they respond?
Yes.
Okay. So everybody's a winner, like Oprah, like the Oprah show. Everybody wins.
Not everybody wins. If they have an agent, if they have an agent, so I want to answer your question. I want to answer that part. Not everybody wins, because the ones that I built not everybody that fills out I talk to, right? I can't afford to give everybody one. I want to give ones that I know that are going to be good relationship, that might be a good relationship. And when you give someone an Amazon gift card, they answer the phone. They respond to you. They're like, oh my God, this person's investing his time and $20 into us. It's a bridge. Now it's like easier for me to talk to them. And that's how we are. If someone did that for me, I'm going to say, I'm never going to forget it. People send me pictures of the Christmas lights during Christmas that they buy. You can buy a lot of stuff for $20 on Amazon. Yeah. And that's why I switched to Amazon. So I mail them first. Everybody gets a thank you card. Everybody gets a thank you card. Everybody gets a thank you card. AM cards, that's the service I use. Everybody gets this card. Whether you have an agent, you don't have an agent, I mail you a thank you card. It looks like a handwritten card. It has me. It has my information on it. It's $2.25.
Is this automated? Are you doing this through your CRM?
Not through the CRM. That's a good idea. I don't think it does it. But AM cards, Curtis Lewis, give him a shout out. Curtis Lewis, he wrote a book, Appreciation something. I've been using him for years. I'm his biggest fan, but I use his service. It's a monthly fee. It's $18, and at that you get and that include that you get to spend that on cards. So you could build any card. So I send a lot of cards. Everybody gets a thank you card. That I don't care if it works or not. It does work, but everybody gets a thank you card. And then
so for the non-responders, they get a thank you card. They've gotten a text message. They've gotten a voicemail from you. They've gotten an email.
They're in my database. They're in my database. They're on a campaign drip. They're on an open house drip. I have 𝒂𝐻𝐸 and follow-up. These things are already in there. You could just click. There's a campaign for open house. You don't have to write it. You don't have to think about it. It sends them an email every 3 days, every 4 days. So what I want you to do is pay attention to that. Now, I take all these, I staple them, and I'm old school, and I have a folder that I hold all of them in. Because that's how I did it before iPads, and that's how I did it before iPads and laptops. And I carry that folder around with me, and then I sift through my leads. And that's the biggest secret to an agent that is doing all the business. The more time you're talking to your leads, the more business you're going to do. So you have to bring in the leads. You need to bring in 14 of these a week. You need 2 a day, 2 a day, 2 a day, 2 good ones, 2 good ones a day. So Ryan Seahan said that years ago, and I try to follow that 2 a day, 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 build my database. So the agents that don't respond, okay, so let's say they don't have an agent, and like I have 10 people. We had an amazing conversation. They wanted me to help them. They help me. Okay. I do my system. I text them, I call them, I put them on my database, I send them the thank you card. And now I'm sending how do you keep, this is what I want to talk about too. How do you keep talking to them? Because remember, you don't want to close them. You don't want to put them in a corner. So I know what I've got. I did the legwork. I asked them questions. What are you looking for? What do you want? What would make you happy? I want to focus on what makes you happy, like Dr. Phil, right? So that's a good one. I got to keep that one. So I'm sending them homes. I'm texting them homes. What if they have an Android? I have an iPhone. I go to Zillow. I copy paste the link. I take a picture of the page of the home and I text it to them. Hey, I was in the neighborhood. Hey, I was searching for homes. Hey, I just showed this home. Hey, I was thinking of you today. I saw this. This fits your criteria. Just wanted to let you know it's there. I know you might not be buying right now, but when that time comes, I would love to hear from you, or I would love to be there. I would love to interview for the job.
Something I've done over the years that's been successful is if you show a house, let's say you're showing a customer a house, they don't like it, but this house reminds you of someone else that, it might work. It could be someone that you spoke with 4 months earlier, but you lost touch or they stopped looking. You can do a short video. Hey, I just want to let you know I'm out looking at homes for you. And this one, really, I feel like this one's a great match for you. I'm going to do a quick video, send it to you. If you're interested in scheduling a showing, let me know, and then just shoot it out. And I tend to reserve that for like super high end. If I've got a $1 million+ buyer that they every now and then they'll reach out and want to see a house and time goes by. I would go just, preview a house for them or show the house to someone else and be like, hey, this looks, and I'll do a video. And the message is, whether they like the house or not, the message is, wow, this guy, I haven't talked to him in 4 months, but he's still out there actively, thinking about us. And
earning your business. He's earning your business. He's earning your business. Yeah. No matter what you do. And Daniel, you should do that for everybody. I do that for everybody. When I'm showing homes, I take video. And the app, what app do you use? Do you use BombBomb?
No, I just use a regular, I'll use an iPhone video, which, keep it under a minute.
Well, okay, so let's talk about that. I recommend BombBomb. BombBomb, it's a little pricey. It's like $400 or $500 a year. It's well worth it. You can pay monthly, and you could do email videos, and it monitors all your emails. It checks to see if they open rate for your Gmail account. It's attached to Gmail. It has templates. But what I want to focus on, and I've been using this for years, I send a lot of video. I think I sent you video. I did. Now I'm going to go back to the listing agent thing. When I'm done doing the open house, I send a video to the listing agent to send to the seller. Yes. When I'm done with the open house, we're trying to make the listing agent look good because we're working on his behalf. Hey, this is Jeff. We had this many people. This is what they thought. This is what they thought of the price. This is what they thought of the house. I just wanted to let you know that so you could forward that to the seller. A lot of times they just send that video to the seller. But if that video is not on a link, you can't watch it, because if you have an Android and I have an iPhone, it's all blurry. So BombBomb, what it does is you shoot your video, you download it into BombBomb, BOMB.com. It has nothing to do with bombs. And it downloads it into the app, and I can send that video as if it's a YouTube video. Just as it's high quality. It's high quality. And the best thing that I like about it the most is I can see how many times they've watched it. Right. I'm going to say that again. What I like the most is I can track it. So I send video responses, video updates, video responses, video tours, video walkthroughs. I send 10 videos a day, and I want to see how many people are watching my videos. I go to new construction and I take a video tour of 4 to 5 all the models. Give me all the models. Give me all the models. You have 3, I want all of them. And the reason why is because I'm going to use that for months and months and months and months. When I'm talking to someone at an open house, and I just went to Hawks Crest, and I took professional video of that, actually, amazing professional video of that with my photographer, my videographer. And hey, there's new construction in Hawks Crest. Here's the video I took. I'm using that for months to market with, to show people, hey, that I've already done the legwork. But hey, check this out. This is what you can buy in there. Do you want to go look at houses in there? Because I specialize in new construction too. So the video is a big deal. If you're not doing video, you need to do video, and you need to do it the right way. Please reach out to me if you need help with that. I will be more than happy to show you my guidelines.
Yeah, that video, you have to be doing video. I mean, everyone says it on every kind of interview like this, and every coach suggests it. So if you're an agent out there,
they don't know how. They don't know how. So maybe we should do a show on how to use video, the app, how to work the app, how much does it cost, what do you say, how can I take this walkthrough video of the Hayden model that Dior Horton has, 5-bedroom, 3-bath, it's $389,000, and now there's a lot for sale because I get the inventory list. How can I market that to get business? How can I market that to grow my business? How can I market that to make my clients happy? What's making my clients happy? Me putting in the legwork. That's me putting in the legwork. I have Hayden and I have Callie. I've sold those houses 3 times because I have the walkthrough video, and I send them to my Zillow leads. I send them to my open house leads. Hey, this lot's open. This lot's open. It's for sale this weekend. You can buy this house. This is the video of the house for $389,000. There's not going to be a lot of competition because it's not on the MLS. It's not on Zillow. It's only on, for me telling you, and the subdivision, that sales rep's office. Right. So I created a whole way to find value in this crazy market, but I'm doing it through video, so they don't have to drive. They can't drive there.
So what I've done on this topic, we're getting off topic a little bit.
Yeah,
on this topic, when I go to new construction, I've done video. I've done it with professionals. I've done it with myself. I'm kind of like an amateur videographer. And something that I do, one, I'm trying to be strategic about the neighborhood. A neighborhood that has, some of those mega neighborhoods that have like 1,000 lots. If I put this video on YouTube, the video is going to be evergreen for like another 3 years because it's not a community with 30 lots that's going to sell, in one weekend. So you do the video there. And I never talk about pricing because the pricing fluctuates. If I say you can get this house for $320 and then 6 months later it's $380, that video is outdated. So
yeah, don't say the price in the video. Say it in the text message, but not the video. The video, this is the model, because prices go up every single week.
Right. So I just feature the house, and then I'll say in the video, if you'd like an up-to-date list of what incentives the builder's offering, an up-to-date list of the price, an up-to-date list of which lots are available, text the neighborhood name. I'll have it on the video. Text Waterly to this phone number. So I can be
I was just there.
I could be sitting here with you doing this video, and then every now and then I'll look at my text messages and I'll just have the name of a neighborhood texted to me. And I know, like, now I've got that buyer's phone number, and they want information on that community. And so I can follow up with them. The first thing I do is I call the builder sales rep that I have the relationship with. Hey, send me a price list. Send me what your incentives are.
Who do you know?
Depends on which neighborhood.
Gus? Oh, you're talking about Waterly. You're talking about Waterly.
Yeah, Eric Paramo at Waterly.
You work with Eric? Okay.
Yeah.
I have 2 deals. We just got one and yeah. So guys, if you want Todd to do a show on what me and Daniel do for video, man, I'm going back. You need to put in legwork. How do you see? People don't know what to do. What do I do?
Right.
Me and you so what do you do? How do I take this video that I took once, but I can use it in all these different ways to help all these different people?
Right. Yeah. There's so many creative ways to use video, so many ways that you can make the videos evergreen and make them lead generating. So one thing is just doing a video for the sake of doing a video, but you have to be strategic, not make it salesy, but also have some kind of lead capturing potential in it.
And what you're talking about, we're talking about 2 different things. I think I'll point that out. What I'm talking about is a one-on-one. I took a video that I'm texting directly to Jennifer, because I know that she likes this model, and I'm going to let her know that. Now, what Daniel's talking about is he made a video and he put it on YouTube, and it's on his YouTube page. And as people go, and he has it marketed, and he might be running ads or something like that. And as someone watches that YouTube video, and he says, text me this if you want to find out more. So there's two different ways there, and we can't talk about all that today. But guys, like, that's where things are going. The potential is huge.
Yeah. The last question on the topic of follow-up and open houses I wanted to ask you was, how long do you find it's taking for these people that you meet to turn into a closing, a successful closing? Everybody walks away happy, takes pictures.
I do so many, and I try to do them. And when my business, when my sales are doing good, I ask myself, am I doing an open house every Sunday? And if I'm not, that's why. If I'm not, that's why. 50% of my business are from open houses, whether they're referrals, whether they're repeat business, they came from an open house. Open houses are you need 3 streams. You need at least 2 mega ones that are working. That one is one of my best ones. So if I stop, my business is going to suffer. Now I'm going to give you 2 quick stories. Todd likes to tell everybody this because it happened. So I was training one of his agents, Liz. She's an amazing person. And I needed her big time that day, actually. And long story short, this gentleman comes in. I'm not going to say his name. Amazing guy. We became good friends. And he says, "Hey," and I'm talking to someone. She's helping me, and because I have my laptop out. I have all the information out. And he's like, "Hey, look, I'm Cash. I got to move before Christmas." He was going through some personal stuff. That's why. And he's like, I need to buy before. And this is November. This is November. So I heard that, and he's like, "Hey, I got to take a phone call. I'll be right back." He walked outside. Yeah. So what I did, I know that. There's my opportunity walking away. I say, "Liz, can you finish talking to them? These people that I was talking to, they didn't say any of those magic words." Now I've heard those magic words before, and they're either BS or they're not. So I grabbed my laptop. I did my homework. I know 3 homes that are prize pieces right next to where I'm going. I grab my laptop. I follow him. He's sitting in his truck. He has his truck on. He was going to leave. I knock on his window. "Hey, sir, is this the one?" He's like, "I like that one, but the one that they know what they want."
Right.
"Do you have an address? Are you interested? Do you have an ad?" "Yes, I do." "They know. They're looking more than us."
Yeah.
He's like, "Can you check out this one?" I said, "Yes, I can." "What's the address?" I'm holding my laptop. It's hooked to my hotspot inside. I'm logging in. I'm in the MLS. Long story short, I showed him a home right after the open house. I showed him 2 homes. We closed. We got a home under contract 7 days from when I met him, and we closed December 20th before Christmas. That one client, I sold the house that I helped him buy. I helped him buy a lake house. I helped him buy a commercial deal, and I'm fixing to sell 3 of his investment properties. So that was a fast turnaround. Another one is I met him a year later. The job thing happens. Now they're ready, and I stayed in contact, and now they're ready to buy. That closed in January. So I met him prior, and now they're ready to buy. So what I'm trying to say is, if you do enough of this, you're going to find people that are both. But I'm going to go back. Right now, the demand is so high. The chances of you finding someone that needs to buy now are way through the roof.
Right. Yep. Yeah. To bring it back full circle. So how do people reach you if they want more information? And I understand you're willing to share your slide deck that you presented. I'm
going to give you my slide deck, and then the script's on there. And my information is going to be on the comments and attached. So email me, text me, call me, whether you're new. I get a lot of agents. I'm brand new. What do I do? I get a lot, agents that have been doing this a long time, they're not going to call me, but some of them do. I want to help people that want to grow. And I want to give back. People have done this for me, and I want to give back. So if you want to put the legwork in, and you want to grow your business, and you want to help support your family, and you want to help other people achieve their goals, that's who I want to help. Those are the people who I want to help, because they're really going to take it serious, and they're going to help other people be a success. And at the end of the day, whether they have an agent, whether they don't have an agent, I'm not worried about that. I want to interview the best person for the job. And I want to, sorry, hold on, I'm getting sidetracked. I want to interview to get the job, because I know my skill set. I know my toolbox is full of tools. But it's okay if I don't get the job with them, because I might get the job with a friend of theirs, because they might be stuck with someone that they can't get out of, a family member, their wife's sister, their wife's brother, their wife's mom, there's whatever, right? So I want to add value. And a lot of agents shut off. They shut off when they hear they have an agent. I don't shut off. That's great. What's his name? What's her name? Who do they work for? I bet you they're amazing. Maybe I can help give you ideas to win the offer. I'm always here as a third perspective. Like if you want to bounce an idea off me, I'm not trying to take any business. Stay with them. Maybe I can help overcome something. If something doesn't make sense, I'm here just, I'll give you, hey, I'll let you know if it makes sense or not. Or I have a full resource of contractors. My background's in construction. If you need remodeling work done, pools, so what I'm trying to say is you have to help people. And if you're not willing to help people, you're not gonna succeed in this. Everybody can master the art. Everybody can master the heart of helping others. I'm going to say that again. Everybody can master the art of helping others. You just have to put them first.
Yeah, that's incredible. So that's awesome. You want to share a phone number?
407-221-7134. Again, it will be in the link, or just blow Todd's phone up and I'm sure he'll give you mine. Daniel, you're great. Daniel, we got to do this again. Guys, if you want me and Daniel to do a thing on video, I feel like we have a lot of gold nuggets there. Daniel's awesome. I love talking to this guy and I love congratulating him. And hopefully we have some big things in the future store from us. I feel like we work really well together. And Todd, thank you for having me on the show again. I love doing this. And everybody have a happy Father's Day. Daniel, have a great Father's Day. Thank you for taking the time out. And if there's anything else you want to say, I just want to say thank you and have a great day, guys.
Yeah, thanks to you and happy Father's Day. And thanks to Todd. I'll see you all next time around.
Later.